Here I am. I can get myself. There we go. We're in. You might see. Matter of fact, I can see that I need a shave, but I don't have anywhere to speak until Saturday, so I haven't shaved. So I'm just slumming and writing, and even doing yard work and stuff. Hey, listen. I'm gonna move this thing up. There we go. I wanted to do. I got a call the other day. Ag Lover 9 joined. Thank you. I got an email the other day from a friend of mine who is an attorney, and his daughter just graduated. Hey, J.S. Plumbing. Jeff, how are you doing, buddy? He was asking if I could give some pointers to his daughter who just graduated. Stang 2217, thank you. So he wanted to get some pointers on some job search for his daughter who just graduated college, and I congratulate that she just made it and all that stuff. But you know, my giving just a few pointers on job search. Mackenzie loves you. Joined. Thank you, Mackenzie. My giving a few pointers is probably as dangerous as the kind of advice, the kind of legal advice you'd get over a beer or something. So my point is, no, that's a bad idea. I don't do that. I can give you lots of pointers. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can go to the book, Rick Gillis Job. That's where all the information comes from that I talk about here. And but anyway, so I wrote an open letter. It's up on rickgillis.com. It's on my blog there. It's also on LinkedIn, and there's by extension, there's a link on Twitter and all that stuff. But I started out by saying that I have an anti-tox is there. Thank you. I have anti-A, actually, because I know who that is. I open out by saying that I have an unwritten rule, and I really do. For the most part, I don't work with young people who have not been out of college for at least 5 or 6 months. First of all, if they have an opportunity in the first 3 months during the summer to land their own job, congratulations, yay, good for you, go get it. Leverage anybody you know, everybody you know, and see if you can get yourself landed. But generally, and I was the same way, I'm going to tell you this right now, and anybody my age or in their 40s or whatever was in the same place at the same time. I know when I was 19, 20, 25, 26 years old, I knew more than anybody around me possibly knew. I was smarter than anybody, and it takes a while to figure out that maybe you're not, and you could have taken advantage of that. So my point is, I let brand new college grads go 5 to 6 months on the street trying to get their own job first before I will work with them. Kind of an unwritten rule. Now, I have worked with several young people who wanted to work the process, and that's what it comes down to. You've got to be prepared, and so if you've been out 5 or 6 months, you got a bloody nose or 2 or 3, and you're finally figuring out that what you do is not working, maybe then you'll listen to me, so then I have a really good client to work with. So that's kind of an unwritten rule, 5 or 6 months. But nevertheless, I have found that the first thing is that I'm looking at my computer because I'm looking at the post. I offered some broad suggestions, and one of the things that I wanted to say is that to a new job seeker, you're a first-time job seeker, you're an entry-level new graduate job seeker only once. And because of that, employers will give you a little bit of latitude. They'll give you a little bit of space to go out and make mistakes, maybe not be the smartest thing out there. Ask some questions that in 2 or 3 years on the job you'd know, oh wow, why would I ask that? That was dumb. I could have researched that or whatever. But it's kind of like being a freshman again. You know, when you start high school, you're a freshman. You get away with a lot of stuff because you're just dumb. You don't know. You just don't know. And then when you get into college, the same thing happens again. Now you're all of a sudden you've been at the top. You're a senior in high school. Now you're a freshman in college. You're just starting out. You can't even find your way around a building, much less to other buildings. And all the things, you don't know how to register. You don't know anything about the protocol. Second year, you're getting your way. Third year, you're on a roll. Fourth year, you know, you're really doing the deal. So this brand new getting out of college and going out and applying for a job, it's like being a freshman for the 3rd time. Because the point I'm trying to make is spend some time in your first job search, interview, and all the different things you're doing. Spend some time, and if you can, I know it's not easy, but think about it and try to pay attention to all the stuff that's going on around you. Because it is like being a freshman for a 3rd time. And as soon as you go out and look for your next job, whether it's in a year or 3 years or 5 years, you're now playing with the big boys. You got to play by the big boy rules at that point. You're only a first-time job seeker one time. So I want to say that that's really an important thing. I want to say too, as much as possible, join as much as possible as a parent of a new grad. Introduce them to everybody you possibly know who knows somebody that they possibly could maybe find a gig with. Once again, young people, accept this as a gift that it is. I know I didn't accept it. My dad could have introduced me to a lot of people around town when I was graduating stuff, but I wasn't going to take it. I went on my own, and as a result, what took me 2 or 3 or 4 years to get somewhere, it could have probably happened a lot sooner had I spent time with it. So let me tell you something that's really important. New grads and parents, tell your new grads to anticipate, and this is crushing, and I know it. That college catalog that you used, that they used to sell you to get you into the school, and believe me, they were selling you. I consider that a sales brochure. It's not a catalog. They just use the term catalog. But the fact is, I think they overpromised in most cases. You're not going to get paid what you think, so learn poker face now. When you get into that interview, don't talk about money. Let them. It'll happen in good time. Do not be surprised, and do not show your disappointment when the rate of pay comes in much lower than you thought it would be. There's places you can negotiate. That'll all happen later on. But right now, if you're thinking you're going to get a $70,000 salary plus a signing bonus, plus, company car, plus 3 weeks vacation, plus, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Unless you came out of, Columbia or Harvard's law, or you're the best IT there is and Google's bringing you right on, the average Joe out there getting into the workforce is not going to make 70 grand a year to start, unless he's in a really high need diploma skill set. So don't be disappointed, and that'll come in time. It's going to work it out. You'll see your way. But also, I hope you have not taken on huge student loans so that you're, you got to live with that and live with your parents or live in the basement for a long time. I've already talked about, too, and I talk about this all the time, make sure when you go in you have that accomplishments mindset, which you're going to present your value to the employer, to everybody you interview with. And listen, as a new first-time graduate going into interview, it's a lot about your accomplishments. They can go all the way back to high school. They can be classwork you did in school, internships you took during the summers, jobs, and then any other. Now listen, it can also be any church or religious affiliation, those volunteer things you've done. That's all good stuff too. So talk to all that. I want you to be prepared to talk to your soft skills. This is really important. And I kind of wrote something here that was kind of accidental. It just happened while I was writing, and I kind of liked it. But you need to be able to tell people how your ability to listen, show up on time. Yep, that's a skill set. Take charge, take responsibility, contribute, pay attention to detail. Present a professional appearance, and the ability to put away your phone for long periods of time, like till lunch, because your phone is going to it can't be attached to you like it is now. So leave that. And also, I've always said this all the time too, but actually, absolutely positively, have a list of prepared written interview questions. This is really easy to do. Go Google interview questions and put the position you're seeking in a string right there. Put it in quotes if you want, or Boolean search. And so interview questions, marketing position, entry-level marketing, interview questions, etc. You'll find all kinds of stuff there. So that's really cool. One of the things that I finished up this open letter, and really read the letter. Hi, Retro Queen. Read the open letter because it's really kind of fun. I was snarky in this thing, and I really like the way I said it, honestly. But my buddy who asked for this help and support, hello, Joel R. The person that originally sent me this email asking if I could give his daughter some pointers, I told him, I said, he's a lawyer. And I said, you did not learn lawyering in law school. You learned thinking, you learned research, you learned persistence, you learned determination, you learned to compete. That's what you learned in law school, but you really learned lawyering, how to be a lawyer on the job. What is my profession? I'm doing it. I'm a speaker and a writer. Joel R. 1192. Here, this is my 4th book. My 5th book is over there on a shelf right now, and it's some up here. But anyway, so yeah, I call myself a careers expert. Thanks, nice. Careers expert, job search. That's all I do. This is all I do. I helped start the first job board back in 1997 in Houston, Texas. We were very successful. But as a result of that, I learned a lot about job search because I do not have any HR or staffing background. I just spent 10 years calling on those people, and